Aladdin was a poor boy who lived in a city called Agrabah. He had no parents and no home. He survived by stealing food from the market and running away from the guards. He dreamed of a better life where he could have enough to eat and a place to call his own. One day he met a mysterious old man who claimed to be his uncle. The old man said he had come to take Aladdin to his father's house, where he would inherit a great fortune. Aladdin was suspicious, but he agreed to go with him, hoping for a chance to escape his misery. The old man led Aladdin to a cave in the desert. He said the cave was full of treasures, but only Aladdin could enter it as he was the chosen one. He gave Aladdin a ring and told him to rub it if he needed help. He also warned him not to touch anything else in the cave, except for an old lamp that he wanted. Aladdin entered the cave and was amazed by the sight of gold, jewels, and precious objects. He was tempted to take some of them, but he remembered the old man's words and resisted. He found the lamp and picked it up. As he did so, he accidentally rubbed it and a cloud of smoke came out of it. To his astonishment, a giant blue creature appeared before him. "Who are you?" Aladdin asked. "I am the genie of the lamp," the creature said. "You have freed me from my prison, and I am grateful. I will grant you 3 wishes, anything you desire." Aladdin was stunned. He realized he had found a magic lamp that could make his dreams come true. He thought for a moment and said, "I wish to be rich." "Your wish is my command," the genie said. He snapped his fingers and Aladdin's clothes changed into fine silk and his pockets filled with gold coins. Aladdin was overjoyed. He thanked the genie and decided to leave the cave with his new wealth. He put the lamp in his bag and headed for the exit. Meanwhile, the old man was waiting outside. He saw Aladdin coming out of the cave and smiled wickedly. He was not really Aladdin's uncle, but an evil sorcerer who wanted the lamp for himself. He had tricked Aladdin into getting it for him. "Give me the lamp, boy," he said. "Why?" Aladdin asked. "Because I am your uncle and I know what's best for you." The sorcerer lied. "I don't think so," Aladdin said. "You are not my uncle and you don't care about me. You only want the lamp for yourself." The sorcerer was furious. He tried to snatch the lamp from Aladdin's bag, but Aladdin dodged him and ran away. The sorcerer chased him, but Aladdin was faster and escaped. Aladdin ran back to the city with his bag of gold and his magic lamp. He bought himself a nice house and some food and clothes. He also gave some money to the poor people who lived on the streets like he used to. He was happy, but he felt something was missing in his life. He wanted someone to share his happiness with. He wanted to fall in love. He soon found his true love in the palace of Agrabah. There lived a beautiful princess named Jasmine, who was the daughter of the Sultan. She was unhappy with her life, as she had to marry a prince she did not love by her father's order. One day, he disguised herself as a commoner and sneaked out of the palace to see how the people lived outside. She met Aladdin in the market, and they felt an instant attraction for each other. They talked and laughed and had fun together. They did not know each other's true identities, but they did not care. They only cared about their feelings for each other. They decided to meet again the next day at sunset on the roof of Aladdin's house. However, their plans were ruined by the sorcerer, who had not given up on getting the lamp from Aladdin. He had followed him to his house and waited for him to leave. When Aladdin left to meet Jasmine, the sorcerer entered his house and searched for the lamp. He found it hidden under a pillow and took it with him. He then went to the palace and disguised himself as a prince from a faraway land. He offered Jasmine a gift, a beautiful necklace with a pendant that contained a hypnotic spell. Jasmine put on the necklace and fell under his control. She agreed to marry him without question. The sorcerer then revealed his true identity and laughed heavily. He said he would use Jasmine as a pawn to take care of Agrabah and then kill her. He also said he had stolen Aladdin's lamp and would use it to destroy him. He then ordered the genie to take him, Jasmine, and the Sultan to his tower in the desert, where he would perform the wedding ceremony. The genie had no choice but to play, as he was bound by the rules of the lamp. He was sad, as he had grown fond of Aladdin and Jasmine and wanted them to be happy. He hoped that Aladdin would find a way to save them. Aladdin was heartbroken when he arrived at his house and found out that Jasmine had been kidnapped by the sorcerer. He blamed himself for losing the lamp and putting her in danger. He felt hopeless and helpless. But then he remembered something. He still had the ring that the old man had given him. He rubbed it and another cloud of smoke came out of it. To his surprise, another genie appeared before him. "Who are you?" Aladdin asked. "I am the genie of the ring," the second genie said. "You have freed me from my prison, and I am grateful. I will grant you one wish, anything you desire." Aladdin was amazed. He realized he had found another magic ring that could help him save Jasmine. He thought for a moment and said, "I wish to go to the sorcerer tower and rescue Jasmine." "Your wish is my command," the second genie said. He snapped his fingers and Aladdin disappeared from his house. He reappeared in the sorcerer's tower where he saw Jasmine, the Sultan, and the sorcerer. They were about to get married by a fake priest. Aladdin acted quickly. He grabbed a sword from a guard and attacked. He cut off the necklace from Jasmine's neck and broke the pendant, freeing her from the spell. Jasmine recognized Aladdin and hugged him. She thanked him for saving her and said she loved him. The Sultan also thanked Aladdin and said he was proud of him. The sorcerer was enraged. He said he would not let them escape alive. He used his magic to summon a giant snake and ordered it to kill them. Aladdin fought bravely against the snake, but it was too strong for him. He was about to be crushed by its coil when he saw something shining on the floor. It was the lamp that the sorcerer had dropped during their fight. Aladdin reached for it and rubbed it. The first genie came out of it and smiled at him. "Hello, master," he said. "What is your second wish?" Aladdin did not hesitate. He said, "I wish for you to destroy the sorcerer and his snake." "Your wish is my command," the first genie said. He snapped his fingers and a bolt of lightning struck the sorcerer and his snake, turning them into ashes. Aladdin was revealed. He had finally defeated his enemy and saved his love. He thanked the first genie and said he had one more wish left. The first genie nodded and asked him what it was. Aladdin looked at Jasmine and then at the genie. He made a decision that would change his life forever. He said, "I wish for you to be free." The first genie was shocked. He could not believe what he heard. He asked Aladdin if he was sure about his wish. Aladdin said he was sure. He said he did not need anything else in his life, as he had Jasmine's love and the Sultan's approval. He said he wanted to give the genie his freedom as a gift for his friendship and help. The first genie was touched by Aladdin's generosity and kindness. He thanked him with tears in his eyes and said he would never forget him. He snapped his fingers and a golden band around his wrist broke off, symbolizing his freedom. He then transformed into a human form and flew away into the sky, saying goodbye to Aladdin and Jasmine. Aladdin and Jasmine also said goodbye to him and wished him happiness. Then they turned to each other and kissed passionately. They declared their love for each other and decided to get married as soon as possible. The Sultan was happy for them and gave them his blessings. He also made Aladdin his heir and future ruler of Agrabah. Aladdin thanked him and said he would do his best to be a good king. He also thanked the second genie who had been watching everything from a corner. He asked him if he wanted to stay with him or go with the first genie. The second genie said he wanted to stay with Aladdin as he liked him very much. He also said he still owed him one wish, which he could use any time he wanted. Aladdin smiled and said he would keep that in mind. He then invited him to join them in their celebration. The second genie agreed and joined them in their joyous party. They all lived happily ever after in Agrabah, sharing their joys and sorrows. and helping each other in times of need.